Finished up part 8 of 40-minute video on saving money, and which I had actually encountered from a forum that I've been reading. Anyway, that's another video. Anyway, today is gonna be hopefully not too busy. Yesterday was pretty busy. I was doing laundry all day long, trying to get organized, or trying to get halfway organized. There's a lot of stuff in the house. It's just laying in bags. I've got to try to find some storage containers or something to put it in so that it's not just laying in the floor. Anyway, I'm getting ready to, I've already done my video. I'm getting ready to I'm starting a little late today because I am tired. I'm still in pain. My back's actually gotten worse. Sometime today, I hope to call the chiropractor, make an appointment. I did call some attorneys this morning. A couple of them won't deal with it in the area that I'm in, so I had to start calling in Charlotte. A couple of attorneys told me that they didn't think I had a case because I was cited, which is normal for North Carolina. I mean, that's normal. I kind of figured I would be cited, but not because I didn't stop, because I came to a complete stop, just because that's the way they do in North Carolina. If you get, it doesn't matter how you get rear end someone. It doesn't matter if you rear end them or someone else pushes you into them, they still cite you. Anyway, I looked at the citation, which I hadn't done prior to this. The trooper was actually very, very nice, but cited me for failure to decrease speed, which is absolutely inaccurate. That is absolutely not accurate. The Cadillac SUV literally stopped in the middle of the road. I literally had to slam on my brakes. He literally stopped in the middle of the road, and I had to slam on my brakes as hard as I could slam them to come to a stop. After I came to a stop, all my stuff was in the floorboard of my car, is when the tractor trailer hit me. Anyway, I've already did contact one law firm. They don't know yet. You know, they got to get back to me Anyway, did tell me a few things that I could do that might help my case. Anyway, sometime today, I'm hoping to touch base with my insurance company because I want to, I want to see what they're doing, you know, if they have, agreed to fix the guy's Cadillac, whatever. I was cited, like I said, $241, which wasn't my fault. The tractor trailer hit me and knocked me into the other vehicle, but regardless, that's the way the trooper wrote it up. It's the second time that I have been in a major three vehicle accident, and I was cited, even though, you know, the first one I was making a left-hand turn, but the gal she was driving like 65 miles an hour, almost killed me. Anyway, and that's just the way they do. It's just the way they do. Anyway, I do want to touch base with my insurance company today to see what's going on, see if they've agreed, you know, if they're going to be fixing the guy's Cadillac. I really, I know my first insurance company many years ago decided they didn't want to fix the gal's Honda Accord. It was an old one. I asked the adjuster even if she thought that was wise. She did. In the end, she got an attorney, ended up paying her like $20,000 for both medical bills and her car. So anyway, I really don't want my insurance company to get some bright idea that they're not going to fix it, because that's not going to be good. But anyway, it won't be good for me, not in the end. Anyway, and my insurance, the first time my insurance went from $500 with both comprehensive and collision on 2 cars every 6 months to $3,000 every 6 months. In fact, I had to drop collision insurance on a brand new car. I had no choice. Anyway, today's going to be kind of busy, so I'm going to get off of here for now, and I'll get back with you later. Hi guys, it is nighttime. It is about 9:30 at night. I am very tired. I've been sleeping okay, but I guess I haven't been sleeping enough, maybe, because I'm not going to sleep until like maybe 1 a.m. I mean, I feel like I'm getting enough sleep, but apparently I'm not, because I'm really, really tired at the end of the day. Of course, you know, I just had the bad car accident, rear-ended by a tractor trailer, you know, about a week ago, so that may have something to do with it. Anyway, today was, again, actually it wasn't that busy, but, you know, I've been going for a week, longer than a week, so I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Anyway, I'm now at the truck stop. I went over to the house, you know, where my ex-husband lives. I stayed there for, I ate something, and then I watched a little TV, and then I said, okay, he only has like basically lawn furniture, you know, or patio furniture inside the house, so it's just not comfortable. My back starts to hurt, so I finally, you know, just decided, you know, that I would leave. Plus I was getting sleepy, and he was watching some show called Whose Line Is It Anyway, and I really didn't understand it and didn't like it. Anyway, as far as today, let's see, this morning I did a short video. Excuse me. This morning I did a short video just to kind of detail what I was going to do for the day. And I had all these ideas of things I was going to do, you know, things that I really needed to do. One of the things I was going to do today is kind of switch out my, I have a makeup bag or a cosmetic bag that I take inside the truck stops, you know, whatever, with me. And it's getting old. It's starting to get old. I've had it for, I don't know, 2-3 years, a couple of years. Anyway, it's getting old. So, and I picked up a little black and white bag. It's basically a purse, but I decided I would put my stuff, you know, clean out my makeup, my cosmetic bag, or my personal items cosmetic bag, and put all my stuff into this little pocketbook, whatever, you know, and use it for, you know, to put all my stuff in. Anyway, so I had a plan. I was going to go to the Goodwill and hopefully try to find some little, you know, small zippered pouches. This one particular Goodwill's had a bunch of these little zippered pouches that I could put my toothpaste and toothbrush in, and, you know, maybe my sunscreen, you know, things like that. Anyway, did not make it. I didn't make it. Let's see. Oh, I went to the house. Okay, and then I went to the post office box. I needed to do that. And that was about, and then I went to Walmart. I went to Walmart and picked up my antibiotics, which I have not started taking yet. I ate my dinner and completely forgot to take it. I'm supposed to take it with food. I totally forgot. Anyway, so I did that, and I'm very tired. So I'm not going to stay on here, but just a couple minutes. I did that, and I came back out of Walmart. Anyway, I did this morning, you know, because my ex-husband had recommended I, you know, seek out maybe an attorney. So, along with some other people from one of my Facebook groups and a few other people I've talked to, recommended that I consult with an attorney. This morning, I called up a couple of local attorneys here in this area, and they said no. You know, one told me I didn't have a case. That really upset me. That really upset me. You know, I mean, I did get a little angry, and that upset me, to tell me, you know, that I don't have a case. I mean, a guy stops in the middle of the interstate, and I have to slam on my brakes to stop for him, and by no fault of my own, a tractor trailer rear ends me, pushing me into the other vehicle, and it is my fault, you know, or I don't have a case. That is just not, you know, I was very upset by that. I also read some of the paperwork where they actually cited me and said that, gave me like a failure to decrease speed, and I was like, that is absolutely incorrect. You know, he literally stopped in the middle of the road. There was nothing I could do. I had, and I was maintaining a decent distance. I was maintaining probably at least a car length, maybe two. I mean, had he have slowed down normally, like normal driving, then I definitely wouldn't have had slammed on my brakes like I did. But, he literally stopped in the middle of the road. I mean, some people are just stupid. They're just idiots. Anyway, so I talked to a couple of attorneys. Like I said, one said I didn't have a case. Another said they were unwilling to take it because it occurred in Charlotte. Yet another was willing to do a consultation, but they charge a $200 consultation fee. I was like, no. Anyway, then I called, I did call a couple in Charlotte. One said they'd get back, they just, have someone call me back to make an appointment, whatever. And which is not that uncommon. I've run into this before. Anyway, and then another took down all my information and said that he would, he would have to turn it over to I spoke to the paralegal, and he said he would have to turn it over to the attorney in the office, and she would be the one to make the decision and decide if, if it was a case that she was willing to take. He did give me a little bit of advice, though, a few things I didn't know. I'm not sure it's workable or it would work, but he did give me a couple pieces of advice. The other was, and then this afternoon, I returned the phone call. I had gotten a phone call yesterday, and she said she was, I thought she was from the insurance company. So anyway, I called today, and turns out she's an advocate with a nonprofit organization, and she, she took down all of my information and et cetera, et cetera. She asked me took down all my information and talked to me a bit. Anyway, and she referred me over to an attorney in Raleigh, North Carolina. And anyway, he's willing to take the case. He said, you know what, I'm willing to take the case. When it comes to medical bills, everything, he said, actually, he told me there's going to be someone's going to call me on the first of the week and schedule for me to go to a doctor, start all that. And he said, there's no out-of-pocket cost to me, nothing, he basically, he sues the tractor trailer drivers insurance company, for my medical bills, along with, he said, pain and suffering, et cetera, et cetera. As far as the vehicle, he said that is what it is. They're gonna offer whatever they're gonna offer, and and that's it. And I've dealt with insurance companies before, so I'm very well aware of what he's talking about. They're gonna offer some whatever. They're gonna offer something. They're gonna say that's what it's worth, and they're not gonna offer a cent more, and there will be no budging on that one. So anyway, so that, he says he doesn't really deal with that. That's, because they're only going to offer so much, and there's really nothing, nothing I or anyone else can do about that. And I understand that. I've been through it before. I've been through it with 2 totaled vehicles before, so I'm aware. They're going to offer what they're going to offer, and that's it. He also said he could help me with the ticket or the citation that I received, which I don't even know why I received the citation, but because I did come to a stop and there was no failure to decrease speed, I stopped because the guy stopped in the middle of the road. But the state trooper that handled it told me that that's the way it is. He basically had to write it up that way. I believe, I think that is North Carolina law, that if that regardless of whose fault it is, if you make contact with someone's rear bumper, you're at fault. It doesn't matter if they stop in the middle of the road. It doesn't matter if someone else hits you and shoves you into the other vehicle. It doesn't matter. If you make contact with the rear of the vehicle, it's your fault. And I know it's that way in North Carolina. It may be that way in other states. I don't know, but I know it is here. So, and because he told me, the trooper was actually very nice, but he told me that that was the way it was. He had to write it up that way. So, there was nothing I could do. That he basically told me that's just the way it is, and he had to write it that way. He did recommend that I go to court, and I do have a court date at the end of June for that, and I'm definitely going to go to court on that. I do not know what's going on as far as my insurance company goes. When the last time I talked to my insurance company, they had not gotten anything from the man that was driving the SUV. They haven't received anything, no claim, nothing. They haven't received anything. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's been a few days or about a week since I talked to them. In a few days I may give them a call, just to see if this man has filed a claim with my insurance company, because I as of last time I talked to them, he had not. According to the advocate, she had all the information in front of her, and she said that she did not see where I had been cited, only where the tractor-trailer driver had been cited. So I don't know about that. But I do know that I do know that I was handed a citation, a $241 citation, and when and given information on where I can pay the ticket online or go to court. And the trooper absolutely did not recommend that I just pay the ticket. He recommended I definitely go to court. So, but I got to figure out what, I got a little bit of time, but I definitely have to figure out what's going on, because the courts will not throw it out. If I can, since they cited me, then technically it's up to my insurance company to pay for the damages to the SUV. If nothing is filed with my insurance company, then I don't know. I don't know how to. I've never dealt with this before, so I don't know. I know it wasn't then. I will have to see in a few days if something has been filed with my insurance company. I do know, however, that. Excuse me, just a little break there. I do know, however, that if when I go to court, if I cannot show the court that man's damages on his vehicle were taken care of, then I will have to end up paying the ticket, because that's the way it is. I do know that if you can show where your insurance company paid for someone else's damages, that they will throw it out. It happened to my ex-husband. He was definitely at fault. He made a left-hand turn and got T-boned, and he went to court, showed the court where the insurance company had paid for the guy's damages, and and that was that. They threw it out. So this is definitely something I'm going to have to follow up on, because, periodically follow up on, because I can't go into court with absolutely no paperwork, because I've got to show the court something. I mean, I have to be able to show the court something. Either my insurance company takes care of the man's damages, or the tractor-trailer driver's insurance company takes care of the damages, or what have you. Anyway, of course, these will all be questions that once I contact my insurance company and find out what's going on there, these other questions will be questions I will have to direct to the attorney, because I've never dealt with this before. I've never dealt with one where I went to court. In the past, I'd get tickets or whatever, citations, and I just pay them. But in this case, I don't believe I'm at fault because someone stopped in the middle of the road. Anyway, but I'm definitely going to have to stay ahead of it, because I don't want to just go to court and not have any paperwork, because courts don't rely on your word. That you have to tell them, telling them doesn't mean anything. You have to be able to show them. Show them where my insurance company paid for the damages, or maybe the other guy's insurance paid for the damages, or something. They have to see something. And it has to be written down. It has to be in a document that they can look at. Anyway, not to say that they won't maybe listen to what you have to say, but primarily they go really, really quickly, and they just want to see, okay, where's the paperwork? Show me the paperwork where they took care of the damages. Okay, all right, all right, we can throw it out but anyway, so this is definitely something I'm going to have to stay ahead of. Anyway, so I talked at length with I talked to the advocate, and I talked to the lawyer's office, and he told me that on first of the week I should be getting a phone call from a healthcare agency to set up an appointment for me to go to the doctor. He also talked about a chiropractor. I've already got one. However, he said by going to theirs, it's all paid for. He did say something, if they deem I need physical therapy, I'll do that. Anyway, and I am having problems with my back. I mean, my back is has gotten worse. Which he said was normal. Well, he was not normal. He said that was typically what he had heard from other accident victims. A few days after they've been rear-ended, that they're complaining about some of the same stuff that I am. Because in my case, my neck hurts, my middle back hurts, my low back hurts. But one of the things that concerns me the most is I'm getting I feel like my back is being tingling, like it's being shocked. I've had electroshock treatments before in a chiropractor's office, and that's almost what it feels like. And so that is of really concern to me. And my arms, having some numbness in my arms, that really, really does concern me, because I know a friend. I've known two different people that had those issues, but this was issues, after they ended up with a bulging or ruptured disc, in their back. And so, I not going to go there. I just, I do have back problems, low back problems. Thankfully, I have not had an excessive amount of low back problems after the accident. My low back does hurt though, and into my knees, which I've had a few issues there. But anyways, but I'm having, it was pretty much cleared up. So but I'm definitely having some back issues, leg, I'm having some issues. And pain, definitely pain. Anyway, so I'm already at 18 minutes. I'm tired. Anyway, that was all I really got done. Most of today was spent on the phone. I think I made, a couple more phone calls, there was a couple other phone calls I made as well. Yesterday there was a couple phone calls I made. This morning before I went to the house, I did some, my videos and, and did some stuff on my phone, and which I've been doing in the morning. Anyway, so I really didn't get that much done today. I really didn't get anything done. I checked the post office box, got some mail, went to Walmart, got my medicine, and then the rest of the time was spent on the phone. So, today was basically a phone day. Anyway, tomorrow is the weekend. My ex-husband is planning on going to an elderly. He's like family, an elderly family member. Basically, he's family. Going to an elderly family member's house. Because he looks after him on the weekend, and then on Monday morning someone else comes in to look after him. Anyways, so that's what he's going to do, for a day and a half, or till, he leaves tomorrow, and he'll be back on Monday. So anyways, the house, I'll have the house to myself. I want to watch TV, I can, but honestly, that furniture is really uncomfortable. It's just patio furniture. So it's really not that comfortable. So after a little while, I get tired and I go, okay, that's it. I'm leaving, because it's just so too tiresome. And of course, there's still some other stuff I got to do. I've talked about that, the car. I've talked about a few other things I've got to get wrapped up. As far as a car. I think I do have an appointment tomorrow. I was so busy, I've kind of missed my appointments, but tomorrow's Saturday, and I'll have time to, go around and look and you know, find something else. One lot has a Toyota Camry. I'm very, very interested in that. I'm going to call in the morning and find out if it's still there. He also has a Honda Accord, like a 2012 Honda Accord, low miles, but it is a little out of my price range. So the Toyota Camry is a bit too. There's a Buick LeSabre. I don't really like that. Anyway, but I'll do that tomorrow. Also, I think one of the lots brought in a Subaru Crosstrek, which I really do like. So I don't want to test drive everything on the lot. So, excuse me. So I got to narrow it down to maybe two or three vehicles. Anyway, but the Subaru I did like, and Honda. Anyway, and there's maybe one more. I'll look. In the morning before I go, I will look. You know, I'll call him up, let him know I'm coming by. And both lots told me I can just call up and let him know I'm coming. So I'll do that tomorrow. And tomorrow's going to be, I am planning on Saturday and Sunday being basically just a do-nothing day. Because I am tired. I am just really, really, honestly, it's amazing, but I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I mean, I guess, I don't know if I'm just, you know, everything's been up in the air. You know, I had the accident, then I was in my truck. The truck breaks down. Now I'm in, you know, a borrowed vehicle. Everything's just, I don't know. It's just, you know, and I've had so much to do. I've had calls to make. I've had my stuff to deal with, trying to reorganize stuff, the laundry. I mean, just everything, and it's all piled together at the same time. And, oh yeah, and I did take care of a couple bills today. Anyway, so tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow and the next day are going to be slow days, but I'm hoping again, though, to touch base and let everyone know what's going on. And hopefully, you know, I'm going to wrap this series up pretty soon and, you know, get into, you know, talk about something else, I hope. But of course, I'll you know, continue to, you know, talk or post what's going on a bit. Anyway, this was part 8.5 of the series on the video series that I've been doing after the aftermath, or after the accident, where I was rear-ended by a tractor trailer. So, anyways, it's getting late, or it's not that late. It's only like 9:30, or 10. But I'm tired and I'm ready to go sleep. So, and I'm here at a truck stop. I'm settled in for the night. I'm just doing this. I'm going to do a little bit of video editing, and then I'm going to go to sleep. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'll do any more on the accident. Maybe. Just depends. Just, you know, kind of depends. But anyways, I have a lot of other videos I want to get to. I mean, not videos. I have a lot of other stuff I want to get to. I have a bunch of slideshows of my photography, and and that's what I do. I do a lot of photography, so I wanted to get to some of that. Honestly, I wanted to make it back down to, I was planning when I come back, and after dealing with the furniture, which I ended up not getting, because my ex-husband's friend got in a huff because my truck broke down and couldn't pick the furniture up. She said she'd give it to Habitat for Humanity, whatever. I was planning on going back to Liberty Hill, South Carolina after I dealt with all this, because I wanted to do a live video of the area. I have pictures of the area, but I wanted to do a live video of the area as well. I'm hoping maybe I'll get back to that area soon before it gets hot. I want to do it definitely before June, or definitely before maybe May 1st if I can, because it'll get too hot in South Carolina. And I don't go to South Carolina when it's hot. I don't like it. It's just too hot for me. But anyway, I do have a slideshow of some of the pictures that I took when I was in Liberty Hill, South Carolina, and I want to go over that later, because some really weird stuff happened. Some really out of the ordinary, really weird stuff kind of happened when I was there. And I want to go over that or talk about that a little more. I was hoping to do the video. I don't know that I will get to that, but maybe. Anyway, but I do have the pictures of the area. And I have a lot of other pictures and a lot of other stuff I want to, talk about. I've got an old barn I've taken some pictures of. I've got nature pictures. I have a lot of photography, that I kind of want to go over. I want to address some of the new apps I'm using. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, as far as videos go, as far as this other stuff with the accident, I have a lot still to do, a ton to do. If I'm lucky, maybe I can get to the Goodwill tomorrow and find those little pouchy things that I want to put my toothpaste and toothbrush and stuff in. Maybe I can get that done. But anyway, it's late. I am going to get off of here. My eyes are starting to burn. Anyway, I'm at my stop. I'm at a truck stop. I'm at my stop for the night. And that's it. And I realize I'm starting to repeat myself because I'm getting tired. So anyway, just ignore that if you can. Anyway, this concludes part 8.5 of the video series I've been doing after the accident. I will talk to you guys later. Good night, good day, whenever you watch this, and God bless.